Well, of course, when our children were born. And I remember when our daughter was born, it took a period of time. It wasn't an easy time. But when he came in, I was crying, and he said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "Because I'm so happy." And our first was a son, the second was a daughter. So those were two very happy times.
I think that probably in the earliest years, when we first had our son, this was sort of happy and hilarious, you know, because she had no skills in raising children, and I had some because I was the oldest in our family, so my brothers and sisters were younger than me, so I'd become a babysitter, so I had some skills in that. But when it come to changing napkins back in those days, I had no skills in that, nor did she. So looking back on those years, they were good years and happy years.
And then when we went as a family on holidays, we took a motor trip to Quebec one time when the children were quite young. And we had a wonderful time seeing the Plains of Abraham and all the different historic places. And then another time, we went as a family to New York City. Only Don didn't tell me where we were going. And I wasn't packed for going to the big city. I was packed for going to a beach or something. And we landed in New York City with the kids in tow at about 6 o'clock at night, and had to find a hotel right downtown. But we went to the NBC studios, and we went to Central Park, and all the things that we thought the kids would enjoy as well as us. That really was a wonderful holiday for the four of us.
A lot of the times when I was younger, more around like 6, 7 age, myself and again my brother Aaron, we'd go over to their apartment, which is here, and we'd always play games with my grandpa and arts and crafts with my grandma. So we'd go over there and do like needlepoint. He'd have this little plastic sheet, and we'd weave things in and out, or we'd, you know, I remember painting rocks the one time and things like that. And then of course we'd always play stock ticker with my grandpa, which is this game. Of course he's very involved in the stock market, and we would you know, place bets, and you'd get dividends on different investments you'd interest in, and we'd play for hours on end. And we'd play for so long that you couldn't hand out enough money, that we'd have to start flipping over the $1 bills and writing 100,000 on the back, and we'd just play for hours on end, and, you know, save the game and start again. So yeah, that was fun.
I come home one day from work and found that she was all huddled up crying, and she had wanted to make a cake or a pie for me, and she spent all day trying to do the thing, and it come out as a flop. And then I laughed at her, like, you know, and I just looked up in time that she had a margarine or butter or something in her hand that she was doing, and she threw it at me, and I ducked, and it stuck on the wall. I thought that was hilarious. Looking back,